Okay. Hello. This is what day is it? This is the 23rd of February edition, if you like, or episode of the ExO Economy Show. And we are here to get project updates from everything that's going on around the open EXO community in the context of the EXO economy. And without any further ado, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to start with updates from our project coordinator and then go over to our marketing director. So Eric, kick us off. And before you do, Vanessa, if you would be so kind as to share the links around, I would really appreciate it. And if you're in the ambassador group or anything like that, and you would also share the link in there. I don't think Vanessa's in that one. That would also be very helpful. I posted a little message in there this morning saying, hey, the meeting's going to start. So go for it, Eric.
All right, thanks, Kent. Hi, folks. Good to see everyone. So from a documentation standpoint, the business overview is ready for everybody's review. So I'm going to drop that in the chat now. You're welcome to take a look at that. Appreciate your feedback. You can make edits. I'll probably create another version. We can make edits. We'll try to capture the edits and make some changes there. So thanks everyone for your work on that. Next up is, of course, the tech overview doc, and that's still with the core team right now, having them take a look at that. But those are the two things that, among others, that we'll need from a documentation standpoint. For the public liquidity, which I think some of you know, we're in the process of doing that. So as we were talking earlier, we are, of course, accelerating our efforts, right, to bring the token to the market. So pretty great to be working with our friends over at Novum Insights, Toby, Alan, Amber, and others. We had some meetings last week, so that's moving right along. And in other news, helping Nikki out with some of the Exo's treasury-related items. We had a productive session last week. Thanks to Najib and others for helping out with that. And of course, Vanessa's work with the document that she's putting together to kind of, make this a little bit more step-by-step so that all community members can benefit from. So that's it from my side.
Always very efficient, Eric. Thank you. Nikki.
All right, we are working on upgrading the website so we have a little bit more user-friendly interface and new colors and flavors and all that good stuff. Probably have something to show you next week. I know I promised this week and we got a delay. The exciting news is that we're doing a birthday celebration and we're doing a doubling exercise. So we're walking the talk of how to use tokens in the community and celebrating when people make accomplishments like getting a certification or posting a comment on the social media, or something as simple as downloading the wallet or having other kinds of certifications in your background. You each qualify for a doubling. So over a 30-day period, we go from what we start with to over 10,000 tokens for those that actually walk the talk. So that's the exciting news. And in general, Angelo is working on the project of getting people to serve up use case studies of how people are using tokens in their businesses or in their communities. And just as much information as possible. We're doing an interactive map so people can see the highlighted areas where here's people in my community that are these advanced thinking and using of tokens kinds of people. So that's the plan.
That's awesome. So Nikki, I'm gonna hold you to something. There's a potential go live date for the new site, which I'm excited about. You want to throw that out there?
Yeah, the go live site, April 1st, March 15th, we'll start seeing functionality and working out the bugs.
There you go.
That's phenomenal. So that's really phenomenal.
Yes.
And we can show communities that are using it and how it's being used.
Yes.
Honestly, that's very, very important. It's beautiful.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
And there's a blog coming up about staking. So Najib, I need you to eyeball whether that's correct or not before we publish, and that should come out this week.
Did you grab all the stuff that was already written inside the community circles? Okay, great. I'll stop reposting that article over and over again then if you're making a new one. I think everybody's had enough of it. But okay. All right, let's jump over next to technology operations, and then we'll go over to training and certification, and then community. That'll be you, Najib.
I'm sorry, it was me that you say, Ken?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes, as many of you guys know, we had been almost they are on back and forward on the wallet. I just a very quick release here. Is some extra step that we need for people that has been using. I want to just keep here. We did a few changes here and there on colors, Nikki, just to make more adequate. But the idea is all of you guys is working again. This release is just it is only for this time changed a little bit. It's only for Windows and Mac. We had this time an issue with Linux that we are fixing it. The wallet, this wallet is able to stake, and the idea is for all of us to move. One thing that we implement this week that unfortunately it was creating, and I don't know, I don't want to call it an issue, but people from Latin America that we were testing it with, there were some people confused with the decimal separator. For us, it's very common that we use the period, but for them, the period is now that, and then we implement that here where you say localization. If you put Spanish, then decimal separator is not going to be a period like for us that think that the entire world use that. It is not like that. Then for them, they feel comfortable and they are not confused. The decimal separator, in this case, you use it like that, is going to be the comma, and the thousand separators is going to be the period, the positive way that for us, I say us in US and some countries in the world that they use that. It looks small and silly, but it was creating so much confusion and so much internal things, and we decided just to do that, because otherwise, if with 10 people, all of the Latin American people came with that, I can imagine how many more will come out. We don't do something else for that. Then we took the effort to implement it no matter what, and that then is make it easy for everyone, not some other people that is familiar with one standard. That resolved the issue. We already tested on this particular wallet where we're fixing something, but it's not going to stop us on this release. Is that for whatever reason it's not scaling well. I have it it looks bigger on my screen, but it really looks, it should be smaller, but it's nothing big. But we are happy because we need to start people to migrate. What is the next steps? I think it's important. We are going to do an iteration between today and tomorrow. More than welcome to come up if these messages are okay, the links are coming to the right places. It's very important. If we are not happy with any icons or anything, let's do it now. This is the moment to do it. We came here with this image here on the top right that it was new, but if that's not the image that we want, we are more than welcome just to come out with those. And again, here the important on the comments is actually not the comment itself. The important with the comments is I don't like something, it is okay, but you need to come up with the solution too. It is, I don't like it, but this is what I suggest. Because otherwise you don't like it, just shoot it to us back, and then it doesn't work like that. I don't like this image, it's okay. What is the image that you propose? What is the test that you propose?
Hey, Najib, so what you're saying is if someone sends you something that says, I don't like it, you're going to write them back, say, I don't like you?
No, but I won't do anything. Then it doesn't help him, it doesn't help us.
I'm just teasing.
But no, my point here is we are open, and actually this is the moment to do it. I'm open very well to change, but come up with what you want to be changes to. Don't leave it like I don't like it, because it doesn't work with us that well.
Real quick, are you going to show the staking, how easy it is to stake? It's so cool.
The most important part, well, staking, you unlock the wallet here, but what I think is important here is how you create your wallet. And basically, I'm going to just do very quickly here. And basically what I want to show is that you can create a new wallet, and you can have multiple here. And here you can just, okay, I want to create a wallet. And here you go to the creation of the wallet. The most important part is the seed. This seed is what is going to protect your wallet. It's not what are the files inside the wallet at all. It is these 12 words. Keep it safe. I'm not going to use this one at all. But then you go to the process to verify the 12 words, create a password. I'm going to scroll here. And one thing here, this an extension word is an option, and you just keep it empty, and you create the name of the wallet, and that's it. Keep it safe, this one, no matter if you lose your computer, for whatever reason you don't have access any more access to this computer where you are setting up this wallet, you can just recreate your wallet in any place at any time with these 12 words. And it's as simple as this one. Is not anymore a file that you need to save or backup like at the actual Qt wallet that we are using to staking. And that's it. You know, we want and we will expect that this one to be released. The next step, as I mentioned, is these 2 days to do back and forward full steam the testing. Internal testing means what we would like to be changed, and then we will make it publicly in on the Fluid chain. I'm sorry, on the ExO Economy GitHub, and eventually we are thinking to make it more public on the OpenExO on Economy website. You know, we're thinking about that, but the idea is just to move people just to start to use it this way. I think that's
and Najib will also, as soon as we have everything in the GitHub, we're going to put it on the platform under the tools menu.
Yeah.
As well. We're going to make sure that this gets really deeply integrated across the board. So really excited about that too. And I just want to say, I don't know if this thing's working right now. I'm going to try. Let's see. Is that, they're getting that? No? Oh, bummer. I tried to give you some applause, but hey man, I know how hard this one's been. You guys don't understand. Najib and his whole team, they had to rip out the entire database layer because of an incompatibility with a new version of the Mac OS. And they did it all just in the last couple of days and replaced it. It's incredible, the amount of work, and everybody should just really give them some kudos and send them some love. Send them some Exos if you want to. They would love that. And I couldn't be more excited about this release. And Nikki, you must be too, because I mean, look at it. It's cool.
Yeah, I just want to answer a few questions here that I'm receiving. Yes, we do not need to back up any DAT file at all. The backup in this case is only those 12 words. You miss those 2 words, you lose your tokens. That's I don't know how many times I would like to repeat that, but those words, those 12 words are really your tokens. It's not anymore that file, any other thing. It's those 12 words. Again, you lose your token. If you lose your password, you don't remember your password on your wallet, you still can recreate your wallet even in the same computer with those 12 words. Then the most important part is the 12 words. The password is to protect from a local attack, means someone take over your computer. The first thing is going to try to guess that. And if it is not connected, we may try many times, then try that local password is long enough, at least 12 characters and random as possible, because that is what it protects if someone try to guess locally on your computer, but you can recreate it with the 12 words. The other thing here is very valid, Nikki and everyone. We have at the OpenExO multiple, I would say, kind of logos, and we have used 5 icons in different colors. The invitation here is look for all of them. If we need to make them the same, if we want someone specifically, I know that we have used, in the case that we were using the X as a logo, we use different colors for different purpose, but all of those ones are welcome to match. And these are the 2 days to make all those comments and say, I think we should do this and this color and that color, and we are more than happy to change it, okay? And thanks a lot for that feedback. That's the purpose of that.
Amazing. Thank you, Najib. Thanks very much. So folks, please download this version of the wallet. Najib might have some special instructions regarding loading and running it. If you want to post those out separate, yes, or something, that'd be great. So we'll move on here because I think there was like let
me spend 30 seconds more. One thing, okay, the chain right now is 1.3 million, and the first time, it's a normal complaint. People say, you know why, it's going to take a while to sync. We are working for that, Kevin, because we don't want that friction, that creative friction, but we want to work it out in a, I would say, in a secure way. We cannot trade off the security in this case. Then what we are doing is we are in the case of Mac and Windows, we are going to upload the entire chain. This is only for this testing, and we are figuring out, while we figure out what is the safest way to do it. In that sense, you download that file. It's a safe file. You put it in a specific place in your computer, and with your wallet closed, and you restart your wallet, and you will be in a block that the chain was at that moment, and we will not, will be 1.3 million. Then means basically it's going to take 1 or 2 minutes for you to catch up to the latest block. The trade-off here is that you are putting the trust on us, and that's valid. We are part of what we are building the network, but usually we want that people don't even trust us. That's the purpose of blockchain, is distributed. You don't need to trust anyone. You don't need a mediator. But in this case, to reduce the friction, people to wait 1 or 2 hours or even longer if they don't have a quick computer, then we want to have that, and we know that the trade-off is that you need to trust on us in this case.
Great.
Then Kevin,
right.
you don't need to wait longer there.
I'm super happy. I'll be sharing this, by the way, Najee, with a couple of other targeted groups, specifically the Novum investment teams, because we want them in the beta as well. Absolutely. And to start to do some transaction testing. And there'll be other groups as well. I'll keep you posted though, as long as we go, so you know what we're doing out there and can keep an eye on things. All right, let's keep.
Thanks for that, Kent. I was going to ask you to do that. And I think and I think it would be wonderful for us to work with Nikki and see what support we can give her and what she's doing, and align that with the marketing as well. So Nikki, good to be working with you.
Yeah, Nikki, I've raved about you to them on various calls, and there's a gentleman named Alden who's putting together the project work from their side. Eric is representing from our side, and they keep asking for you. So you'll need to coordinate with Eric and Alden and make sure that we have 450 meetings between now and tomorrow, and we'll be good to go. All right, let's keep it moving. So I think that's all of the core operational stuff. Kevin, community is a critical part of that. So why don't you go next, and then we'll start jumping into and then Yaroslav, and then we'll go over to Jillian and Lisa. Kevin, Yaroslav, Jillian, Lisa.
So just a quick update today is that next week, Wednesday, we'll be. I had a good chat with Ray today. We'll be running a community welcome call, 2 of them, and I want us to. While as part of that, I am going to be introducing people to the wallet, to Exos. Obviously just the cloud wallet, and it would be great to actually then share some tokens with some new people in the community, and we actually spoke about the potential for a monthly welcome call. That's a welcome event actually. That's like hop-in based, and different regional community members actually can then run sessions welcoming people from that region, right? And we could look at then those also, embracing Exos. If you come, if you participate, etc. So that's something that we're looking to do. Just to again. As you said, I'm really glad to hear that the wallet will be in the tools of the platform once it's ready, because at the moment it's lightly connected, and so I'm super happy to have that connection coming even stronger. So that's pretty much my quick update for today.
Awesome, thank you. And just a quick change. I'm going to let Vanessa go first. She kindly just reminded me that she'd like to update about community by posting in the chat. So Vanessa, tell us how things are going out there. Okay, Jim.
Hello, everybody. Things are going really good. Our channels are being pretty active. Our circle grew, ExO Economy by 1 follower, 1 new member. But the open ExO community has like 29 new members. Still sharing everything about the events coming up, and working with Nikki and Angelo on the birthday celebration of the blockchain. And I'm gonna share a month-to-date couple of PowerPoints for LinkedIn and Twitter, so everybody can see the activity of the social media stats.
Nice.
That's all.
Wonderful. Okay, let's jump over. Nikki, you didn't go yet, right? So go ahead. You went. Okay. Let's go to. Okay, Yaroslav. Thank you.
No problem, Ken. So just kind of maybe more for the broadcast, I'm responsible for the training and certification part of the business. And we have 5 programs. We have a foundations course, which is kind of a beginning to everything. And we've recently made a switch where we give all of the content for free. And then we have, if people want the certificate, and there is a small price tag next to that. And we've seen good growth of interest from outside. So actually, the foundation pipeline is bringing new community members every week, which is great, and that's so close to profitability. And we then have 3 programs that train people to actually run projects for companies, either sprints or consulting engagements or workshops. And these have been running kind of ongoingly for the past few years. So that's kind of an update about the area in terms of the latest developments. Well, maybe one more thing to update is that we've been using actually EXOs in all of our programs. So people who go through the foundations program, when they have particularly good submission, we actually give them a surprise gift of 500 EXOs. So that's been happening for about a year or so now. On the consultant program, we actually sponsor an advisory call as a mandatory part of the program, where people post an advisory call and is denominated in $100 and 200 EXOs. So that brings in about 10 or 15 opportunities to the marketplace every month for the last kind of a year and a half. On the coach course, we also use EXOs actually to work with staff on demand to deliver these courses. So actually, we don't only deliver internally, but we are delivering with community members, and some of these are being paid in EXOs. On the last cohort, we actually had a community member coaching the teams, going through the sprint simulation on their pitches, and he's being paid entirely in EXOs. So those are kind of the different use cases, and we are looking for more. For example, now the head coach who was running the certification, she had a budget of 5,000 EXOs, and she could allocate it to different external support throughout the program itself. So we're always experimenting on how to have EXOs part of the courses and how to have these done. In terms of our latest developments, we've been actually focusing on partnerships. Either partnerships delivering consultant certifications in English. We are currently in discussions with Nigeria, Germany, and Brazil. The foundation certification is being translated into Portuguese. So and that will soon be launched, and we are in early conversations about having it translated to German. And there is quite a lot of momentum. We are getting reached out from different parts of the community. We're also discussing Arabic, French, and other languages, which will make our content available in those languages. And I think it's quite exciting because a lot of the content that we have is not available in other languages, actually by nobody almost. So it's very rare that it's available. For example, Singularity, who's been traditionally providing a lot of this content, is mostly in English. But having 10, 12 language mutations of our content, it's something that I think it's very good news, because we can make it accessible across different cultures and languages. We're also currently building 2 new courses, which will be low ticket, fully automated courses, like kind of an extension of the foundations course. And the 2 we are building now is around areas of need for our community. So the first one is foundations around marketing and sales. We've been having some great customer interviews. We're developing it through kind of a lean process and have a good structure. I just spoke with Ray today, and that should be ready kind of within a month or so. And it will give our community members some basic skills around marketing and sales, which has been identified as one of the priority areas where support is needed as people go out there and work with the EXO framework to affect organizations. And the other course is Basics of Consulting, or Foundations of Consulting, which will look at things like how to actually negotiate a contract, indemnity insurance, how to set up a company, like a lot of basic things that people need as they want to start on their own being consultants, and kind of start off in that direction. The final update is we are in discussions with the Adaptability Quotient crowd around Ross Thornley and others, and we are discussing a partnership. And as part of the partnership, they actually run their own certifications program, which will host their badges on our platform, but also they are willing to take part of their participants being payable in EXOs as well for their own courses. So that's something that is being discussed and finalized there. Over to you, Kent.
Awesome. I've got two, I think you'll evaluate them, but I've got two really, really interesting inbound folks that I've met that have unique and valuable content for our community, Yaroslav, that I'm going to introduce to you. I think one I already did a few days ago. It was a guy named Ted, and then the others I'll introduce to you as well. I'm really excited about his opportunities on the platform. His case is a little bit more complex, so I'd like to connect with you on that as well. I think you'll really like it once you dig in and see what it is. So fantastic. And something Yaroslav didn't say, just super quick, is 30-second version, is where this overlaps with what we call ExO World Media, which is where we produce books and events and articles and the video on demand portal at media.exoworld live. All of the free and some of the paid training content is now living on our media portal, and it's our delivery mechanism for the foundation's course, and it's just amazing to see how everything is kind of meshing together. And I keep saying to Nikki, we need the ExO Economy channel, or the whatever we want to call it, it needs to be out there and it needs to be live, and we can grab Michelle there and feature him from Chile, and we'll go and grab some folks from Ruta, and we'll grab all the people from all the different places, and we have a voice now, an outward facing media outlet with which to share these things, and traffic on it is really growing week over week quite appreciably. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. More on that later. Salim, I see you there. Awesome that you could join today. And would you like to share anything today?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with a group called the Global Heritage Fund, and we're going to run a swarm with them they want to present to National Geographic on how to preserve cultural heritage sites around the world, rather than just labeling them and not have anything happening afterwards. This is a huge issue with UNESCO, which we've identified, which is that people label some palace or some site, but then nothing happens. And they're really fascinated by the idea of creating a local token for each of these sites that could then be enabled and enacted with the local community. But they want our help in putting a proposal together for National Geographic. So I suggested a swarm. So they're putting a few $1,000s, which I think we can match with Exo's tokens, and we'll run a swarm literally in the next few days to help them brainstorm this proposal to Nat Geo. So I'll get a proposal in today to you guys, and we'll get that started. So this will be a pretty cool use case, because if we can create local side chains off the token for every cultural heritage site out in the world, that sounds really interesting.
Salim asked me a couple of days ago, now I know why, how do I get tokens from the economy? And I said, you got to fill out a proposal on Sway and put it into the system, and we'll vote on it. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, that's how it works. And I mean, that's what we do here. So we're going to get a chance now to match funds that were brought in for something like that. That's outstanding. Thank you, Salim. Let's see. I see that we've got Michelle from Divergenti out there. How are things in your world? I know that I just got a chance to download the new released wallet, so that was really cool.
Hi. Divergenti is moving slowly. This week we have a lot of workshops for our community.
Benedicto Tapia Peru, WA Business Audio.
Sorry. We have a lot of workshops that we're planning, because most of our community are not familiar with the EXO. So we're like introducing them to the EXO world, and explaining to them how to use the wallet, how to interact like a community. And everything is moving slowly, but we have a lot of work this week. I mean, it's taking shape because we had a lot of people enrolling in our network, and they are like raw materials. So we are working to introducing them to this new world. So it's
Nice.
a lot of work, and it's taking a lot of our planning and time.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on the new wallet release. I put a link in the chat for you to the free Foundations content. We found that to be like the easiest way to bring people and introduce them in a completely there's almost no commit at all, and they can learn the model really quickly. So if you feel like sharing that would be lovely.
Yeah.
We would very much appreciate it. And as you heard from Yaroslav, there are some alternate language things coming too. So soon, hopefully, you'll see that in Spanish. So, all right. Wonderful. Michael Monit, I see you out there. Do you have anything to share today?
No, nothing on my side.
Silent observer. Lawrence, over to you. Anything else? I know you spoke a bit earlier. Do you have any, at this point, anything more?
Yeah, I found this extremely important and eye-opening because it's touching all areas we need to be familiar with Nayib and the handling of the wallet and so on. So with your permission, I'm going to encourage a larger number of our team, to be on the next call so that we can see in each area where we can bring our resources to support you. I mean, with Nikki, it'll be a real pleasure to support that particular piece. And I'm sure there are other pieces that we can work with. And of course, build up the story of this extraordinary process that the Exo World team have built in terms of the currency. It's just unique and historic. And the fact that we'll be able to show it to the public and get their participation in a much broader way, I hope will also be a catapult for Exo World consultants as well. And why wouldn't we grow that whole world? So I see our pathways as being integrated in many ways over time, certainly between now and launch. So it would be a privilege and pleasure for us to work in greater harmony and greater synchronicity. So by the time we hit the ground running, we're working as one unit.
That's awesome. Yeah, this is an open meeting. You feel free as a member joining this meeting to invite others that you believe should be here. That's how we've been running it for a while now, as opposed to just like posting a link somewhere that anybody can log into. It's kind of like a network meeting in a way. I found that pretty useful over time. So we'll continue that. Yes, Lawrence, absolutely. Please invite any of the members of the Novo team who would like to attend.
I mean, fantastic. I'm going to have to jump now. I've got something at the top of the hour I need to just prepare for. So please forgive me, but the guys, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lawrence.
Be with you and catch up. Thank you. Thanks.
Gerardo, I believe you're up.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I have many news on the side of the Exo Community Awards. We're having a tech talk today with the Rutanio community. So we will talk about this use case, about the ExO Economy, etc. Regarding the Mana Marketplace project, we are having a lot of traction right now. We're very happy. It's functioning very well with the coach. We're having interviews. And of course, we want to integrate Exos into the platform. And last but not least, I have a question to Lisa. I've been hosting a talk about one of the chapters of the new book. I wanted to know if we have access to the recording to take notes, or if it will be transcribed automatically.
Are you talking about that happened last week?
Yeah, exactly.
So they're all already in the group Google Drive folder, and I've used Descript to transcribe all the videos. So just look for the Scales Attributes folder. It'll have the event in the group where all the chapters are. It's all there.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And Lisa is spearheading a major project with Kevin and with Salim to produce version 2 of Exponential Organizations. We've got time. This went a little longer than I expected at the beginning, my fault. So Lisa, if you want to take a couple of minutes and let people know how that's going. And we are looking at ways to integrate Exos with that, which are kind of exciting.
Yeah, so last week we had the Scales Attributes event, went really well. We got a lot of videos, a lot of content, and everything's already been in our group folder. Today we're gonna have a small group meeting to talk about just an outline of like key points that we want covered in the next version. And then tomorrow, Salim, the group, we're gonna do a recorded 1-hour call that just goes quickly through what those key points are for all the curators. So I've emailed all the curators. I have a Q&A doc because there's constantly some questions that keep coming up. So I'm gonna have to send a few more emails, but I'm hoping by the end of this week, with the video in the next email, that they'll all have a little bit more clarity. Because some groups have already gotten on it. They've already started writing. And then there's some groups that are like, what do we do? And so even though pieces of it have been kind of done in an email, I think I need to do a step 1, 2, and 3 of this is how you proceed. So hopefully with the video, that'll go out by Friday, and we'll have everybody writing at the same time for the month of March. And hopefully by the beginning of April, we'll have content that we can start like just going through, double checking, and get the process going. The goal is by July 1st to have it published.
Awesome. So yeah, if you're not tracking that, there's a URL, books.openexo.com, where all the book stuff is. I think maybe Lisa and the team will be doing some regular updating to that page to keep people posted. You could even use that page to put where resources are and things for the teams. Maybe, I don't know. That's awesome. Thank you for that. I want to give a very fast update on something that's also very exciting and token related. We have a new project incubating through OpenExo. OpenExo oftentimes brings projects in to incubate. A recent example was Ocean EXO, and then connects those incubating projects with the appropriate members of the community to execute. And so we are now in the process of beginning the incubation of something called One Amazon. And this is related to protecting and preserving and even regenerating the Amazon rainforest that has been somewhat brutally abused over time. So really excited about the possibilities there. And I can't go into any specific details right now, but it is blockchain related and it's really, really, really cool. So I'm excited to have the opportunity to push that forward with everyone, and keep an eye on the marketplace, because some opportunities will come through there that are tied to this in short order from your entrepreneurs and residents who are working on that team under the OpenExo incubation banner. One Amazon is the name of that project. Okay. Thanks so much, everybody. So we've got 1 minute. That's not really enough to process anything. Is everybody okay? There's nothing like super hot burning that you need to move forward. I think we covered a lot of ground here today. Okay, great. I'm getting kind of thumbs up here and there. I don't see anybody crying or shaking their head or throwing things at me. So I think that's a wrap for today. And wow, I mean, what a great series of updates. So let's wind this one down. We'll see you here same time, same place next week. Bring a friend who cares about the EXO economy if you can. We will have to start separating out observers from reporters kind of situation as we get more people. And then even some of the working groups will have to break out as we continue to grow. That's normal. It's fine. It's fantastic. So with that, have a great rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you all very, very soon.